Hey guys, Midnight Owl here. So as you can see from the title, I have a secret. So I tell you guys mostly everything, and I like to keep some things personal, and I kept this a secret for a reason because I just wanted to see how things went and make sure that everything was okay before I told you guys, because it is I don't know, a really important, and it's a pretty big thing, I guess. So here goes. I'm pregnant. Yep, that's right. I'm about 6 months pregnant, so I think it's like 27 weeks or something like that. And I found it like harder and harder to hide the fact that I had a belly. So I try to shoot from like here up, like I kind of am now, or kind of wear loose clothing so you couldn't tell. But the reason why I kept it a secret, like I said, was because I wanted to make sure everything was okay. I didn't want to be like, I'm pregnant, and then like, something happens with the pregnancy or something goes wrong. So, but yeah, I will show you guys my belly, I guess, if you want to see it. I don't know, I don't like big pregnant bellies, but hey, that's just the way it is when you're gonna have a baby, I guess. So I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm kind of round right now. That's a good enough view. Yeah, in the beginning I was pretty sick. I think in some of my past videos I was like, I'm having acid reflux, or I feel nauseous and stuff like that. And I didn't explain why, but that was why. I had really bad acid reflux in the beginning. I thought I was gonna die. It was like a volcano in my stomach. And then I had nausea, and then I was throwing up, and then those things went away, and then I started to get really bad migraines, like horrible, horrible migraines. And I had migraines before, but this is like every single day, and this has been continuing. It hasn't gone away. And there's nothing much that I can take for it because I am pregnant, because it might harm the baby. So you can't really take anything besides Tylenol, which does nothing. So if they don't go away after the baby's born, then I'm gonna go to the doctor again and see if anything can be done for it. Because I don't know if it's pregnancy related with hormones or if it's something else with like the Lyme disease. Oh, and just tiredness overall, general tiredness, but I have that all the time because of the Lyme, so I was kind of used to it. But now it's just like being more tired, I guess. And now at nighttime I have trouble sleeping and just like leg cramps and things like that. So, but this is my first pregnancy, so, I did not really know what to expect. Also the fact, like I said, I have Lyme disease, chronic Lyme disease, so that was like a big thing as far as trying to figure out if I should have a baby. I had read a lot of things that said you can pass the disease on to the child. I talked to like, not so much specialists, but like I think there was like some lady I went to for acupuncture, and she's like, oh yeah, you can give it to the baby. And I was like, oh my God, I'm never having a kid, because I would never want them to go through that. And then I talked to a lot of doctors and a lot of Lyme specialists, and then just regular doctors in general, and they basically told me no. My Lyme specialist said there's no documented cases of any children getting Lyme disease from their parents, like in the womb. I talked to another specialist, and he was like, I wouldn't really worry about that. And I was like, well, I am worried about it. Like, is that your answer? I really wouldn't worry about that. That's it. I talked to my regular doctor, and she was just like, I don't even see how that could be possible. And then I talked to a couple other doctors, and they were just like, no. So that kind of gave me the feeling that I could, move ahead and actually have a child. I don't know, it's scary, I guess, because I am older too. So that was like another factor. And, the Lyme disease took away so much of my life, still ongoing, but it was really bad for like 3 years. And now I think this is like the 4th or 5th year that I've had it. And I was not like in any physical good health to actually carry a baby. I couldn't even take care of myself. So, it didn't look like it was going to happen for John and I because of my health and then because of my age and stuff. But I started to feel better the end of last year, like in the fall. So then we just decided like it was basically like now or never. So yeah, I'm having a baby bat, and no, I probably won't be dressing him all in black, and that's another giveaway. It's a him. So we're having a boy, we wanted to know, and I don't know, he'll obviously have some cool black outfits and stuff like that, but not like totally black. I like cutesy little outfits like Mickey Mouse or like dinosaurs or things like that. So we got him a bunch of that stuff picked out on our registry. I don't know, it's exciting, but it's scary at the same time. I think that like being pregnant so far, and then like the thought of like actually going into labor, that doesn't really bother me for some reason. It's taking care of like a baby. That scares me because I just don't have experience with children. I don't like children. Like, I know that sounds awful. I like family members, you know, like I love my niece obviously, and my cousin's children, they have little kids and stuff like that. But just like everyday children you see out in the world, like I'm just like, get away from me. I don't know if it's because they're scared of me and they always stare at me, so I just don't like them. But I mean, obviously it's gonna be different with my kid, but I've never had to take care of a baby, like never mind a baby, like a toddler, but like an infant, like terrifies me because I don't know what to do. I'm totally clueless. I mean, you can read books and stuff like that, but I don't think that really prepares you for what you're going to be dealing with when the baby comes out. So any advice on that would be good. I know people are like, oh, it'll just come natural to you. I'm just like, I don't think so. And that's not really reassuring, but I just wanted to let you guys know that because you are like my YouTube family. So, I mean, I wanted to share it with you. I didn't like purposely say like I'm not gonna like tell them ever, like at all. Like then all of a sudden like I have this kid, like, oh, who is that? But I just, like I said, I just wanted to make sure that the pregnancy was going well. And so far, things have been going good. The only little glitch that I had was they make you do this test where it's like, I think it's like a glucose test. So they make you drink this like disgusting drink, sugary drink, and then they take your blood. So I had that done, and they were like, oh, your levels are a little high. I think the range was like, say like 90 to like 130, and they were like, you're at 137. I'm like, oh great. She's like, so you need to go and have additional testing done, which I had done yesterday. And I don't know if you saw on if you follow me on Instagram, like I have one of my stories up. I was like at the hospital in the back room laying down, and that's because they make you you can't eat past midnight the night before. The test starts at 8:30 a.m. You can't eat anything and you can't drink anything, like not even water. You're not supposed to have, like, you can have like a couple sips of water to like wet your mouth, but that's it. And then you go in, they draw your blood first, and then they say, okay, drink this drink, and it's another one of those disgusting sugary drinks, but it's like twice the amount of sugar as was in the other drink. And then you have to wait an hour, and then they take your blood. So that drink made my stomach sick. I was like feeling really nauseous. They drew my blood. I went and sat down, and then I'm just like, I don't feel well. Like all of a sudden I'm just like, I'm gonna faint. I felt like first I felt like I was gonna throw up, and then I was like dizzy, and I fell out of it, and then all of a sudden like I could just feel the blood drain from like my face, and I started sweating, like my face was sweating, the palms of my hand were sweating, and I like laid my head like on my husband's shoulder, and I'm like, my vision was going in and out like black, and I was just like, oh my God. And I was like, get the nurse. I was like, I need to go lay down. He's like, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. You're fine. Because he knows, like, I have anxiety, so he thought that's what was going on. I was having like an anxiety attack because I don't like getting my blood drawn. And I was like, no, get the nurse. I'm gonna pass out. And like I was out of it. I'm sure like a couple times I had passed out like on his shoulder because I remember just like it going black. So they took me out back, and they had me lay down, and they gave me like an ice pack and stuff, and I started to feel better. And then they were like, okay, we have to wait here for the next hour because we're gonna draw blood. And I was like, well, you're drawing the blood here because I'm not getting up. So they had to take another draw of blood, and then you have to wait another hour, and then they have to draw your blood again. So it's like 4 times they take blood from you. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? So I had that done, and then I just read my results for my blood tests. You can get the tests results online. They didn't call me, but it just said I'm in the normal like parameters of what I'm supposed to be. So that looks good. So I know they like take extra precautions and stuff like that, but like that was like torture. I'm like, seriously, like it didn't really need to be done because I was at 137 and I think the limit was like 130 or something like that. So I think they just kind of like, not go overboard, but they just want to like be sure. So I just hope I don't have to go through that again. But I'm gonna stop like blabbing like blah 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 blah. Like I'm sure some of you are like, who gives a shit? You're having a kid, like whatever. And some people might be like, you know, love babies and be like, oh, I'm so excited for you. But I just wanted to let you guys know. So I'll show you just like a couple baby things like that are actually pretty cool. If I wasn't like, even if you're like not into baby stuff, this is like a cool thing. So we'll be right back and I'll show you those few things. So two of the outfits I've got so far from people is this one it's like the Firebird Trans Am symbol. It's like the car that I have. I thought that was pretty cute. And then this is my favorite, my friend got me. It says the babe with the power, and it has a little worm on it. It's the guy from the movie Labyrinth, and you know, the saying from the movie, you remind me of the babe with the power. And then check this out. My friend, who is an artist, airbrushed this on the wall in the nursery. Like, how awesome is this? I told him, you know, I wanted a tree with an owl in it. And he came over, he sketched it out, and then he, you know, painted it with the airbrush. And like, look how awesome and detailed the owl is. It's just like, I just think it's amazing that he can do this type of work. It just blows my mind because I have no artistic talent whatsoever, and I just get blown away when people can do stuff like this. So he's the one that's actually in my video that I have where he does like the fantasy and horror and anime type stuff, the model kits and the paintings and everything. So that's it for me today, guys. I just am finally glad to be able to share that with you guys because, like I said, you guys are like family to me and been wanting to tell you guys, but like I said, I just wanted to wait and make sure everything was all right. So now I don't have to like hide my big Buddha belly as much anymore because you guys know. So I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And I guess I'll talk to you guys later. And don't forget, stay dark, my friends.